Yeah, so this is Weezer's "Only in Dreams." Band definitely influenced by the Pixies. Amazing song. It's the last track on the Blue album. It's the song's really special to me. Me and my wife, we actually picked it to be the first song that we ever danced to after we got married. And at my
That's
wedding,
an amazing memory, man.
Oh,
That's one of the
yeah.
coolest
It's one of
memories
my
ever.
favorite versions of the song.
Yes.
This is Ray and his brothers playing it.
Yeah, I got so lucky. My brother Louis, he got me into playing guitar, and I asked him to play "Only in Dreams" with me for my wife, and I don't know, it was just a really crazy moment. Me and my wife were on the dance floor. Had my friend Ed Coleman, my friend George Colazzo playing guitar, my brother Louis on the bass, and they just were doing an instrumental version of the song, and me and my wife danced for a minute or two. And then I went up and played the song in front of a whole group of people, and it was one of the most amazing things.
Crazy.
It's a really special song for me and my wife, and that was just a huge honor actually to play it for her. It's one of my favorite parts of the song is the breakdown. The breakdown is just huge because it just, it's really cool because little by little they're stripping away each element of the band, and then it reintroduces, I think the ride cymbal comes in, and then it accelerates from a quarter count to an eighth count, and then the kick drum comes in, and then the bass and the guitars, and it's just constantly getting bigger and bigger. And then these two wailing guitar solos just like harmonize kind of slightly, just kick in. It's such a magical moment. So here it is, "Only in Dreams."
Man, let's do something from the Psych Up mix.
Oh, the Psych Up mix.
Right.
Oh,
Should we
yeah.
talk about the Psych
Yeah,
Up
that'd
mix?
be
You want
cool.
to talk about the Psych Up mix?
Yeah.
Oh man, well there's a mix of songs that Mike Hem likes to listen to before we hit the stage, and we'll make a little bit of a mixtape. Sometimes that mixtape will mirror what's being played to the crowd.
Yeah.
But I say let's do let's do For All the People That Have Died. Right?
Yeah.
By Jim Caliban.
Yeah.
And it's one of those songs that I think no matter where you are, if you're usually you're at a bar, but no matter where you are, that song comes on, and if you have a friend, you kind of grab them by the scruff of the neck and you go out and sing it, and it's it's I guess a reminder to live each moment as if it were your last, and to pay tribute to the people that have affected you along the way, and not take anything for granted. You know
what I love about this song too? It's like at this moment in New York City, you had all these emerging punk bands, and then you had this writer, kind of go and do it almost better than anybody was doing it. And
well, it's because he was living it. He really was. And it's I guess what, like art imitating life, or the other way, or life intimidating art.
Intimidating art. I like that. That's a slogan. Also, I feel like it's the prototype for Vampire Money.
Yeah.
It's the total. I remember when we were cutting Vampire Money, just like feeling like we were channeling him, and that spirit that he captures in this song. And this is the song on the Psych Up mix that I think gets me the most excited, next to the one that I'm gonna steal off your mix when I play a song next. But
sounds good. All right, so Psych Up mix track 1.
The Smashing Pumpkins, Soma. This is one of my favorite Pumpkin songs. They're, one of my favorite bands of all time. This is one of the later tracks on Siamese Dream, and it starts out with this really dreamy, like floating intro, and then at one point it just stops. Then it starts again, and it's just really, really loud and angry. And that was one of my favorite dynamics. And that became one of my favorite dynamics in any song. And, Siamese Dream was such an important album, I know, to me and all the guys in the band.
that was a summer record. That was a cassette purchase.
Yeah,
I remember.
it was on cassette. It was hard to, you had to rewind and figure it out just where where the songs start and stopped.
I had it down to a science, I think. But the thing about Siamese Dream, too, is like you would go through so many songs that would become your favorite.
Yeah, you didn't want to skip tracks. Yeah, you just wanted to let it go.
Yeah, or I found that when I had a favorite, I would just kind of stay on that one. But then they would change like every 3 days, like what I was listening to. Okay, so I'm going to steal another song off the Psych Up mix. and it's by MIA. It's a song called "Born Free." This song is one of my favorite songs. It was probably my favorite song of the year. I loved everything about it. I loved the video. We were just in London, and I got to go see her. Frank, unfortunately, he got a little sick, and so we made it all the way to the subway, and then he was so excited about this show, too. He kept reminding me about the show, because I probably would have, it's not that I would have forgotten, but we were working so much, doing so much press, and...
Yeah, I was really excited. I feel bad I missed that one.
Yeah.
But G got me an awesome T-shirt, so I'm really excited about that.
Sleigh Bells shirt. Yeah, and that, too, was you had Sleigh Bells opening up, which is, we love that band, and I just get there, and... Sleigh Bells is great, and then MIA comes on, and it's phenomenal. She's such an amazing performer, and she does this song live, and I think there was some kind of technical difficulty happening, but it's one of those rare cases where an artist is so good and a performer is so good that it doesn't matter, and the crowd is yelling the song back to her. The drummer is, kicking ass. The DJ, everybody all in, her dancers, and she's just going for it. And, it was probably, to me, one of the best shows I've ever seen was MIA in Brixton. And, so here she is with Born Free.
The next track we're going to play is Deep Purple's Highway Star. One of my brother's favorite bands. My older brother Louis was very, very instrumental in me playing guitar. I remember him always playing guitar late at night in our bedroom. Me and my two older brothers, we shared a bedroom when I was growing up, and a lot of my musical tastes were formed by him. He gave me some of his favorite records, played me some of his favorite stuff, Zeppelin, Hendrix, The Doors, and Deep Purple was one of his favorites. His song is awesome. Richie Blackmore kind of gets to show his stuff on the solo here. Also has a great organ solo. So here it is, Deep Purple, Highway Star.
I'm gonna play a track from our good friends from New Jersey, the Bouncing Souls.
Nice.
A track called Lamar Vinoy. And I'm playing this because, one, it's one of my favorite songs, and they're one of my favorite bands, and also because it brings me back to a time when my really good friend, Hamo and John McGuire, would make me mixtapes of just bands that he loved and music that he thought I should hear. And I was, a freshman in high school, kind of just starting to get into punk rock, and he would make me these awesome tapes of, The Fiends and Bouncing Soul.
I remember The Fiends.
Oh man,
yeah.
He's playing bass in The Fiends
is
now,
really?
which is really awesome.
Fiends
I'm
are
super
super
psyched about that. But one of the tapes that he made me was Maniacal Laughter, and I was like, holy crap! This band this is awesome.
Frank is an encyclopedia of Bouncing Souls knowledge. It's amazing.
Yes. I try real hard.
You got we did Budokan with them,
we did,
which was super awesome.
They happened to be in
Such
Japan
an
at the
amazing
time,
band.
and we were playing Budokan, and they got to play it, and they signed a skateboard for me, and I have it hanging up, and then one of the best things that they wrote on there was thanks so much for Budokan. If you guys, try real hard, maybe one day you guys will make it.
That's awesome.
And they've just hit 20 years, and we're hitting 10, and it's really
crazy.
awesome that. They've been around for that long, and they're still really great friends, and they still make really great music, and they're just such an inspiring band. They have so much fun on stage, and so much fun going to see them. And they're actually one of my first shows ever.
Oh, really?
Seeing them at the Pipeline.
Oh man, Pipeline.
So, and hey man, this is Lamar Vinoy. It's always fun to shout "Oi Oi Oi" with everybody at the shows, and I love this band.
So, I want to play a song off Danger Days. This is unanimously probably the favorite of the band off of Danger Days. We couldn't wait to bust this out live, and we did on the first show. And it's the first time we ended a show with a new song, ended an encore with a new song, and we did it solely for us. And it felt really nice to do that. We always love giving the audience everything they want, but we said, well, let's just try doing something for ourselves at the end of the show. And it was a new song, maybe not as immediate at the time as something like Planetary, or the kids had already heard Only Hope or Na Na, and it was still just really magical to play. And I think everybody could tell we were playing it for us. And it's the song on the record too that what I love about it is I kind of came full circle and I realized, you know what, it's okay to grow up. I've grown up. We've all grown up, but we did it the way we wanted to. And it was the last song written for Danger Days. So here's the kids from yesterday.
Want to
Yeah, Frankie, want to
My Way Home?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, another track of ours that I'd like to play is My Way Home Was Through You. It's a B-side from the Black Parade sessions. And I remember, it was one of those songs that, we had tried so hard to stick with this story. And it was the ones, it was one of those songs that didn't fall within that realm, but spoke to us. And I think it's one of the most personal songs that was written around that time.
Yeah, it's weird. It was maybe too personal for the Black
yeah,
Parade.
that's
It
right.
didn't have enough fiction or something. I don't know what it was. It was... I felt like I was being too honest.
But it was also like almost a callback to where we had come from.
Yeah,
and it
Days,
felt
yeah.
really good to do that. There's also a happy coincidence that happens at the beginning where it's I was trying to just kind of give a little bit of noisy, feedbacky stuff in the beginning, and it turned out that it reminded me of something else. And what I did was I made it sound like the part when Freddy Krueger comes in.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
so
right,
That's
that's
actually what I
right.
tried to go for.
I remember being in the studio and you go, what does that remind you of?
Yeah,
Like,
seems so
it was
psyched,
so
yeah.
abstract that I was just like, I don't know. And then you told me, though, and it made total
Made
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
You know what's weird too? Remember, what was it? The chorus of this song was different. Like,
Oh,
we had been
that's-
playing
yeah.
it. We had been
That's
playing
right.
it at soundcheck for a while. The chorus was actually a major chord progression, and it kind of like I think we ended up flip flopping it, where we
Yeah.
made it's kind of like a My Chem thing to do, to have a major vocal melody
Right.
on top of a minor chord progression, and that's kind of what Revenge is based on all around.
Yeah.
And I think what we did was flip flop it, where the guitar solo section is over that major progression.
Exactly. That's
Right.
what
It's
the
just,
original
and
chorus
it was really cool. Once we did that, it really
Because it was
made
cut
the
after
song.
vocals, which is interesting. So we just kind
Yeah.
of slapped, we
Yeah.
put the guitars in, and that was the only time I think we've ever done that, where
Yeah.
it's like post vocals, and then we heard it, and we're like, oh, it's much cooler now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the
definitely
octave
a
line that I'm playing was
Same
originally
thing.
written for that major chorus.
But it works.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the bass line changed in the studio too.
Yeah.
It was totally different.
It's cool. You never know what to expect in the studio with My Chemical Romance.